Are you missing out on one of the most powerful tools for personal growth and connection? I want to share with you how dance communities can be one of those tools in your artistic tool belt. My name's Lauren Messina, and I've been dancing, choreographing, teaching, performing for the past 26 years. I'm now a parent artist and facilitator of a school community called School Dance. It's an online group for dance enthusiasts, practitioners, and professionals. Anybody interested in dance, I welcome you to click on the link in the description and come on and join us inside the group. The reason I think that dance communities can be so powerful for us as artists is because we have a system of support and like-minded people around us. Many of us, I think, have grown up in these communities as dancers. If you've been one who's been on a path to the stage, or a path to a company, or a path to a university setting for dance, I think you've experienced this sense of community along the way. But I think a lot of us, myself included, maybe haven't noticed that we were a part of a dance community. In my experience, I'm going to share an example of how being in a dance community has changed my life. And that came about because I realized what I had when I lost it and didn't have it anymore. So during the pandemic, losing the sense of connection that I shared with people inside of a dance company, going to rehearsals every day, and just being together with people on a path toward a like-minded purpose and mission. Losing that when our company had to cancel performances during the pandemic, and moving forward into my parenthood journey as well. When I realized I didn't have the same dance experience of going to class and rehearsal daily and seeing the same people and sharing space with them and building out these performances, learning choreography together, that's when I really understood that we've been a part of these dance community spaces our whole lives, many of us, if you've grown up in a dance setting. Whether it's a studio or a company or a school, conservatory, university, all of these places are their own little ecosystem, their own community where you have your culture, you have your purpose that you're there for, you have your mission together, and you have people that you bond with on a daily basis, relationships that you build. I don't think dancers label these as communities, but we've experienced community in the dance world for a long time. And I also think that dancers and artists are great when it comes to building community with one another, oftentimes really quickly. We have this connection that we share when we're creating art together, this connection that we share when we're moving in the same space, and it lends itself well to community building. So I'm going to ask 3 questions, but first, the main point of this video is just to share that a dance community can offer us connection, growth, opportunities for creativity, and for me, it's been a place to experiment, to learn new things from other people, to share what I'm working on, and to process feelings around my art and my artistic journey, and how that's different for everyone. It also gives me a sense of accountability, being in a community that supports my journey and that can give me feedback along the way. So the first question I'm going to ask is, what's the most powerful thing you've experienced in a dance community? I'm curious to know if you've been a part of a dance community before. You can leave a comment. Or if you're interested in being a part of a dance community, maybe you've never taken a class before and you don't know what it's like to step into the doors of a dance studio. Many of us are taking classes online now, and that gives a different sense of connecting to people through this virtual space. So that first question is, what's the most powerful thing that you've experienced in a dance community? For me, the most powerful thing I've experienced in a dance community is probably surprise moments of the unexpected, and things that I wasn't prepared for. When I connect to someone in an online community like our group, School Dance, when I connect to someone that was a complete stranger and we build a relationship together, and we learn about one another's passions, one another's needs, and we learn how to care for each other in simple ways, how to see each other and to really listen. Those moments have surprised me when I go from a stranger to a friend, to people that I have connected with in dance communities. And sometimes these relationships have lasted for such a long time. Through the years, there's people that I can reach back to from my early days of being at a dance studio, my early days of dancing in high school, and my later days in college. Friends that I met along the way in college, at the Ailey School in New York City. There's many people that I met that went from being a stranger to a friend. And having those relationships of people who understand where we've been, people who are rooted to our journey, and people who can stay with us, whether or not we talk to each other all the time, but just building that support system of people around you that you know they have your back, they have your hand, and that you can open up to and share. That's been one of the most surprising things, especially about doing this in an online space, is finding that you can go from strangers to friends and find people that you can lean on and trust and build that trusting relationship with. The second question is, why do dancers thrive with support from others? And I do believe we thrive with support from one another. I think artists, humans, thrive with support from one another. Many of us have grown up in experiences of family or neighborhood or community. Maybe we've built those around ourselves, and I think that we thrive in connection with one another. Whether or not you like to be alone or with other people, super social, or maybe in more intimate, private settings, I think we all have something to gain from connecting to other humans. And there's something powerful about building those relationships with each other. I think dancers specifically, our journey sometimes can be hard as artists. We are trying to navigate which direction we want to go. We are auditioning for things sometimes, putting ourselves and our art and our performances, our creations out into the world for feedback, if that's what we're looking for, but sometimes just for judgment and criticism, even when we're not looking for that. And it can be hard sometimes to share your art, share your journey, and to keep moving forward on that path as a dancer without support from like-minded people. People who are doing what you do, sometimes other dancers, and sometimes not. Sometimes just people who are supportive of dance and the arts and you as a human. I think we can thrive when we have that around us because it gives us the opportunity to trust others, to open up, to learn about ourselves. And then we also have people to go to when we need support and when we need feedback, when we need just an ear to hear or a hand to hold. Last question is, how can community make your dance journey more joyful? If you are a dancer or you would like to become a dancer, wherever you are on this path as a dancer of any kind, as a dance enthusiast or a practitioner or professional, or whatever else you describe yourself to be, I think our journey can become more joyful when we share it with other people. And being in a community gives us the space to share that journey. We can walk forward on our own path, but alongside other people. And sometimes when we take time to notice what other people are doing, it takes our mind off the pressure of our own existence, which can get kind of heavy sometimes. It gives us a chance to look at other people's lives, not for the purpose of consumption or competition, but for the purpose of learning and engaging and seeing, getting creative, getting inspired, and just pulling each other forward, holding each other down when we need to, not holding each other down in like a pulling each other back, but just being an anchor for one another along this path of our journey. I think we can find joy when we can celebrate with each other. We can celebrate our wins or just our progress along the way when we have people to cheer us on. These are some of the things that a community can do to help a dancer's experience be one full of joy, celebration of our shared successes, being there for one another when things don't go as planned. These are just small ways that I have experienced community on my journey as an artist. I'm curious to hear what you think about this topic. If you would, just leave a comment of any kind and I will be sure to get back to you. If you're interested in joining us inside our online dance community, I'll leave the link in the description. And if you want to start a community of your own, I have used this as an opportunity to experiment and to learn having a group that you invite people in and you just see what happens and where it goes, it's kind of a cool experiment to do. I've made some discoveries along the way, and if that's something you would like to do, I'll leave a link in the description to do that as well. All right, wherever you're at in your journey today, I hope that you are able to find, build, reconnect with, rediscover your own support and community, and especially dance community. All right, I'll see you next time. Bye.